Hi, welcome to Juicebox Knits podcast. I'm Jen. I am your host. And today is March 8th, 2015. And welcome to returning visitors and any new visitors I have. I hope you enjoyed last week's show. If you have any useful comments on how to make it better, please shoot over to Ravelry and let me know in that episode thread, because I haven't gotten any comments back yet, so I'm kind of flying blind here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But anyway, let's get into the show. And we're going to start off with FOs. As you can see, it is this lovely bit of business right here. This was the Yarn Crawl Mystery shawl. The Washington Park Shawlette by Debbie Stone. And here it is. And oh, it's blocked glory. I wore it yesterday when we did Yarn Crawl. And I got lots of comments on it. Lots of good comments, of course. Because knitters aren't mean, usually. But anyway, I love how it blocked out. This is by far my favorite mystery I think I have done to date. The lace patterns are very awesome, so are the color work. First time I ever did a knitted on border. Took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I was hoping to be done a lot sooner so I wouldn't be stressing about it being dry by Saturday, but it worked out, so I'm happy with it. But anyway, this is Knitted Wit Bling Base, and the pink is Hot Pink, and the blue, or turquoise, is Turks and Cacaos. So that's all my FOs for the week. So we'll jump into WIPs, and I am knitting all the socks. Mainly because of Spring and 2 Socks Knit Along, hosted by the Bakery Bears podcast and Nick's Knits podcast. And I might have bought more sock yarn during Yarn Crawl, and I couldn't wait to show you in the Hanks, so I already started a pair. And I'll go ahead and just show you those since I've already mentioned them. They are in my Doctor Who bag by Bling Your String. Here's the whole bag. And here's the inside fabric with her spiffy little tag. And surprise, surprise, once again, it is a Knitted Wit. If I can get that a little closer so you can read it. And it's the Felicia Cakes colorway. And it is awesome. Oh, nope, other way. Oh, it's totally way brighter than that. It's got this neon yellow and hot pink and turquoise and lots of white. It is gorgeousness. I made my mom buy it for me because I was out of money at that point. It was the last shop we went to. But I am doing kind of a basic pattern. I'm kind of just making up and hoping it works. And I just started the patterning on it. I did the ribbing during church today, but it is a slip stitch. So every fifth stitch I'm slipping, and I think I am going to do it kind of like the colorwork section in the Washington Park Shawlette, and slip it for 4 rows and then knit a plain row and then slip again. And I love how it's knitting up. I'm hoping to get more blue on this yellow side, because this side is like all blue and pink while this side is all yellow. And I also picked up this lovely little stitch marker after watching Yarn in Your Coffee, excuse my reach, and her little ghosty dude. I wanted to get a claw marker to mark the front side of my socks, and I picked this up at Woolen Wares. They had a truck show, so I really like it. And that's Miss Pearl. I'm not sure if she has an Etsy shop or if she just does local. I didn't see anything about an Etsy shop, but you could always search Etsy and see if it pops up. So that's my first pair of socks. Oh, and I'm using my favorite Addy Sock Rockets with the lovely points that are kind of tapered and they're very smooth. And I do magic loop, and this is 64 stitches. I used to do 60. I'm trying 64 for the first time and see if they fit me a little better. So first pair of socks. And then the second pair of socks is also in a Blinger string bag. My Little Pony bag with the pink bubbles. And I am doing stripy socks. And it's Knit Picks Felici in the Sorbet colorway. Figure this was very springy. And these were the first ones I started when I started the Knit Along on March 1st. And I am going to try and do the Vanilla Bean, which it doesn't look like much right now because I'm still doing ribbing. And I'm doing a 3x1 ribbing. But the Vanilla Bean pattern recipe, it's a free one on Ravelry, is when you get to the color change, you slip, let me read it again. I know it involves slipping stitches. Yeah, you begin a slip one, knit one, repeat until the end of the stitches on that needle. So right before you, like right when you change the colors in the stripes, you do a slip one, knit one, repeat. And again, those are the Vanilla Bean pattern socks. So there's sock number 2. And then I also wanted to do the Foxes and Socks knit along, and they are doing a neck knit along. I think it's, oh, I forget the tagline, but I think it's like fish eat my neck or something like that. But anyway, I am doing the, I'm gonna guess it's Boom Sling Cow by Jan Chaka, and it is also a free Ravelry download. I will show you a picture of that on my tablet. I'm hoping it comes up and it's not got a horrible, horrible glare. Oh, it's got a little bit of a glare. But if you guys have ever knit the worm hat, it's basically knits and then there is a section of like pearls, so it's like bumps. And the 2 colors I am using are Knit Picks Palette in black. Very, very exciting. Which I am on the black right now, which is why this is all I have on here. And it's a little foam box stitch marker that goes with my Doctor Who bag from Blinger String. But I will be oh so happy when I get to my second color, which is, there we go, Socks That Rock and the Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test. Electric Acid Kool-Aid Test colorway. It's a very long colorway, but it is actually brighter. Well, not so much brighter, maybe more saturated than what the camera is showing. And it's really awesome. I tried to knit a shawl out of that and I totally screwed up the shawl. So I'm going to make it into a cowl. So that's my works in progress. Spinning is still the same as last week. I haven't managed to get to my wheel because I was knitting on this pretty exclusively. I started a few things, but as you can see, I didn't really get much progress on them. So no spinning. So I am going to get to the last part of my show this week, which is all the stuff I got at Yarn Crawl. And I went to only 4 shops because I went with my mom. And she had ankle surgery and she's still kind of healing. So we only made it to 4 shops. We went to Dublin Bay, which is in the Pearl District in Portland. I went to Knitting Bee, which I believe, I want to say is like in Gresham area. It's outside of Portland proper. And then we went to Twisted, which is in Portland proper. It's like downtown. And then we went to Woolen Wares, which is in Westland. So those are the 4 shops we went to. And that's all my notes, so I just get to show you goodies now. So I will start with my needles. I got 3 pairs of Addi Sock Rockets. The one pair is in my slip stitch socks because I love these needles. So I got a 1.5 for socks, and then I got a 2 and a 3. Because the 2 and 3 I had, I really didn't care for the joins. Every time I tried to knit with them, they would get like stuck right in that join. And they're 40-inch cables because I prefer Magic Loop. And then after knitting with the carbons on the shawl, I really want a whole set of them, but I just got size 6. Yes, size 6. And these bad boys are spendy, but I really enjoy the feel of them. I like how you have that metal tip, so it's very smooth, and the tip is nice and pointy, but you still get the toothiness or grab of a wooden needle with the carbon fiber. And then I also got a 40-inch cable to go with the needle tips. So that's my needle haul from Curl. And like I said last week, I am going to make my daughter and I the Lush cardigan by Tin Can Knits. And this was the yarn I had in stash that I'm going to use for me. And then I got my daughter Barocco Vintage DK because machine washability for a toddler. So this one's mine, and then this one's going to be my daughter's. So the one I found for my daughter is darker, and it's got more of an olivey color to it, but it's the closest I could get. And I think it'll still be pretty on her. So I had to get 2 skeins of this because they only come in 290 yards, and I need 320 stuck. But maybe I can make her a nice hat to go with it. And then I got, mainly because of the hat pattern you got with this yarn if you bought it for free, it's Queensland Collection Brisbane, and I believe it is a worsted. I want to say it's a worsted. Yeah, but it is 100% superwash wool. Oh, maybe it's a chunky. US 10 to 11, so maybe it's a chunky. And it, once again, it's got that neon hot pink and green and blue, and it's got some purple in it. And the pattern that came with it, yes, this. I don't see the, oh, primarily Sheldon. And there's not a picture of it, but I got that at the Knitting Bee. And it's just a stocking hat with a rib pattern, but it's got this awesome pom-pom, which I suck at making, so hopefully my pom-pom comes out, because it's only supposed to take 1 skein, so we will see. And then, so there's my other skein of green for Nene. And then I got Blissful Knits Silky BFL. It's 75% Blue Face Leicester and 25% Tussa Silk. It doesn't have a colorway on it. I just realized that. There's a spot for a colorway, but I don't see it. But anyway, it is this lovely Halloween-y color. And it's got purple and orange and some black. And just a titch of gray where the colors kind of blend. But I am super excited to spin this. I told myself I would wait until October to spin this. I seriously doubt I am going to be able to wait that long. But there's the tag again. And then because my soap from last yarn crawl tipped and dumped everywhere. I didn't have any wash. So I got some, I'm probably going to horribly misspell this, or missay this, but Eucalyptus, and it's the grapefruit scent, because I love all things citrusy. It's like my favorite scent. So I got that. And what else is in here? Oh, okay. So I have everything up here now. So the last thing I bought were these stitch markers, because I do not have any stitch markers that will fit a bigger needle. And it's highly frustrating to have to MacGyver a stitch marker when you really want something nice and pretty. So I now have that. And then at a couple shops, I spent enough to get like little goodie bags, and Twisted was one of those because I love Twisted. It's probably one of my favorite shops in Portland. I got, ooh, horrible glare, these buttons. So this one says, I love Twisted, with a little yarn ball. And then this one says, shawls to the walls. And also, every year, I get one of their pens, because these are so nice to write with. And in their little goodie bag, there was also a Elizabeth Zimmerman pattern for Shetland shawl, which, honestly, I don't know if I will tackle this, but we'll see. It's pretty lofty. And then there was also a Vogue Knitting magazine, which I have not looked through yet, so still need to look through it. And then I didn't get this, my mom did, but it's a little sheepy soap. I'm thinking about giving it to my daughter in the bathtub. I think she'll like it. And I believe this is the last thing, but there were also stitch markers in there. And here's her tag. It is King's Creature Things, I believe. Oh, King's Creative Things, my bad. And it's Melissa King, and she does have an Etsy shop. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, good job, camera. And they came on this cute little ring. And they have a spiffy one. And I so wish these were a different color, because yellow is not my favorite color at all. I actually kind of hate yellow. Unless it's like neon yellow. I don't know why. I'm weird that way. But I really like her, the way she packages them with this little ring. It keeps them all together. And I think, oh, I should tell you about the patterns. So the way that Yarn Crawl works, they have patterns for each shop you visit if you purchase something. And they have a knit pattern and a crochet pattern. And when you buy something, you get both of them. Like for woolen wares, they had the Willamette Falls shawlette for the knit pattern, I believe. And then they had the Willamette Falls scarf for the crochet pattern. Did I? Yeah. Oh, well. And then most of the shops do it on the bottom of the receipts. And I forgot about this, but this was also in my little gifty package. It's called Prickly, and they're little fingerless mitts. But they are colorwork, so I'm not sure if I will end up doing these, but they are very, very cute. And I believe that is it for this week's show. So again, if you have anything you'd like to say about this week's show or the podcast in general, what I can improve, what you guys all think I should talk about, if I should add anything. Just add it to the comments in the Ravelry group thread or even below the video on YouTube. And I hope to see you guys all next week. Have a great week.